Welcome, my friends, in here, out there, all around the world to The Late Show. I'm your host, Stephen Colbert.
Hey.
We are back in the friendly confines of the Ed Sullivan after having a little bit of a break, and I'm more tired than when I left. Let me explain. Our nation is like a beautiful pastry spread of freedom and opportunity. And yesterday, I got a close-up look at one of the donuts that Trump has been licking. The Kennedy Center down in Washington, D.C. I was there last night as one of a cavalcade of comedy compadres honoring our dear friend, the hilariously lanky Conan O'Brien, who received the Mark Twain Prize for his career as a riverboat gambler. Now, all the presenters were amazing. Sarah Silverman, John Mulaney, a haunted sea captain who turned out to be David Letterman. And it was a great night full of life and love and laughs. But I gotta say, the mood down there in D.C., pretty grim, especially at the Kennedy Center itself, where Trump recently appointed himself the chairman of the Kennedy Center. Last week, he held his first official meeting with all of his hand-picked flunkies who he appointed to the board. So he knows they're all 100% loyal to him, and they recorded it and leaked it to the press. Now, on the recording, we learned Trump wants to make the Kennedy Center's programming slightly more conservative and feature more non-woke musicals. Non-woke musicals, also known as any musical you take your dad to. Is it over? Is it over? Did those kids find a way to pay their rent? Talk about 5,600 minutes, okay. Trump gave some examples of the non-woke musicals he loves: Cats, Fiddler on the Roof, and Phantom of the Opera. Okay, Mr. President, hear me out. Why not a mashup of all three? Matchmaker, matchmaker, make me a cat. Half a face mask, chandelier crash. None of this is surprising because as a young man, Trump dreamed of being a theater producer. I would love to see Trump deciding which plays to produce. Let's see here, Raisin in the Sun, how about Raisin in the Trash, Nugget in my mouth? How about that? Kennedy Center is our nation's leading arts institution, so naturally, as its new chair, Trump told the board about a date he took to the premiere of Cats 40 years ago, saying he'd gone to see Cats with somebody I should not have been there with. So, a dog? Who don't you bring to Cats? Trump continued to describe his love of the theater. I walked in, I saw all these bodies, and then I noticed those bodies were gorgeous. They had silk tights on, and they were all ballerinas and women from Broadway and men. I didn't find those particular bodies as attractive, to be honest. Dude, chill, okay? To be clear, I only like the women dressed as cats, not gay. I'm a red-blooded, heterosexual furry. Meow. Meow, meow. Trump did. Really? He didn't stop there. New York Times released some more leaked audio, and surprise, it's also about cats.
All of a sudden, the lights go on, and you see these people moving so incredibly, like nobody can move except a professional dancer. And anyway, then Betty Buckley gets up and sings Cats.
Does he think every song in Cats is called Cats? Of course, the showstopper was that famous ballad about memories, Cats.
Oh, boy. Oh, boy.
Trump also wants to change up the Kennedy Center honors every year and offered an idea of who might host the show himself. Wow. Man alive, you could have given me 1,000 guesses, and that would have been all of them. I just want to point out, I hosted the Kennedy Center Honors. I did it for 3 years. Yeah. Went down there every year. Did it for 3 years. It was a lot of fun. And I'll tell you what, sir, I'm willing to trade. You host the Kennedy Center Honors, I'll be president. I can't be any worse. Deal? Shake on it. Want to shake on it? No, y'all can't afford me. Anyway, here he is floating the idea.
The host was always terrible.
Hey, you never hear me calling you terrible. Anyway, go ahead, Jim.
And believe me, I don't want to do it. I don't want to do it. And I will agree for Zero to be the host. I don't want to do it.
Really? Because it sure sounds like you want to do it. You're like a guy who brought his guitar to the bonfire. Oh, this? I mean, I don't want to play it, but I mean, if you insist. Is anyone? What's that? Did no one say Blackbird? Trump, of course, is no surprise, always also a very accomplished art critic. Last night, he posted this about a portrait of him that is hanging in the Colorado State Capitol. Nobody likes a bad picture of themselves, but the one in Colorado in the state capitol, put up by the governor along with all other presidents, was purposely distorted to a level that even I, perhaps, have never seen before. Jim, can we see the portrait, Okay, I can see. No, let's be fair. I can see why he'd be upset, because that looks exactly like him. Trump blames Colorado Governor Jared Polis for hanging up the portrait, but it was actually commissioned by Colorado Republicans who raised more than $10,000 through a GoFundMe account to commission the portrait in 2018. Here's a clip from the GoFundMe where the former president of the Colorado Senate is asking the public for their help.
We figured that as a populist president, that you, the grassroots, the everyday citizens of Colorado, should have a part in this. So we're going to ask you whether you can do $5, $10, $25, or whatever you can afford, that you chip in and you help make it possible to put up Donald J. Trump's portrait right here in the Colorado State Capitol. Check out our GoFundMe page and consider a contribution today. In fact, I'm going to donate the first $100 myself.
Flawless production. I'm going to give the first $100 myself, and I'm going to spend that on a cameraman who doesn't keep slowly backing away from me. I'm gonna get you. Yeah, run that fast.
Easy.
Hey, y'all remember Canada? Yeah. Well, it's still up there, and Trump, he's still mad they don't want to be the 51st state. So he dispatched Secretary of Homeland Security and Real Housewife of Guantanamo Bay, Kristi Noem. Noem recently made a visit up north to the historic Haskell Free Library and Opera House. This place is kind of unique. It's really lovely because as a symbol of friendship between our two great nations, the library straddles the border of Quebec and Vermont. So half the books you can check out, and the other half you can check out. The main entrance is on the main entrance, right? The main entrance is on the American side, and what happens is the Canadians just walk around the sidewalk to get in. This system has worked great for over 120 years, so of course we're gonna break it. After her visit, Noem's DHS announced it was banning Canadians from the library unless they pass through an official border crossing first, because the library, she claimed, is being used by drug traffickers and smugglers. Or as librarians call them, drug traffickers and smugglers. It's not just Canada. Trump also wants to make Greenland the 51st state. He talked about it in his speech to Congress that was either 3 weeks or 3,000 years ago.
We need Greenland for national security and even international security, and we're working with everybody involved to try and get it. And I think we're going to get it. One way or the other, we're going to get it.
That's pretty ominous. When he decides he wants something, he will not let go. I remember what he said about that French fry that fell under the Resolute desk.
One way or the other, we're going to get it.
So this week, Trump is sending Second Lady Usha Vance to visit Greenland. Usha, you're gonna have a great time. It's a lifeless pile of gravel and ice, just like a night of passion with JD. Now, we got a great show for you tonight. My guests are Jake Gyllenhaal and best-selling author Roxane Gay. But when we come back, it's Meanwhile.